My name is Rosalia Tejeda. I live in Arlington, Texas. I have lived in Arlington for about 15 years. I had no idea that there was a drill site close to my home before I moved here. I definitely had no idea that it's something that's done in densely populated spaces. The fact that there's so many of them, it's like you just turn around, there's one, turn around, there's another one. I now see them everywhere, and they're surrounding us. And I worry every day about my children, and I don't know if they're gonna wake up someday with, asthma or something more serious, and it's scary. It scares me. The health effects that it has on children was really scary because I'm raising children here. The emissions that come from fracking, they're dangerous. You can't just breathe that in and be okay. So you don't know that you're taking a risk just walking outside and breathing the air. I live here. My kids play outside all the time. We have a swing set out back. They have trampolines that they jump on. We go to parks in Arlington. There's no escaping it. And the kids are obviously firsthand affected. I mean, it's like blowing smoke into a child's face. That's what's happening. I'm sure anyone that becomes aware of it will be just as afraid and want something done about it. The politicians, those people who have the power to make it right and oftentimes choose not to. Do the right thing. You know what the facts are. Do the right thing and vote against fracking. Every single time, vote against fracking. It's the right thing to do. There's so many voices in your head and there's so many different interests. There's so much money that you have to also think about. But at the end of the day, the only people that should matter are the people that you're here to protect. To those who are fracking in our neighborhoods, it's just a conscious thing. It's like, I don't know, didn't they teach you to do the right thing? Big oil, who's bigger than you and louder than you and has more money than you, your fight is a lot harder. A lot of people are being affected by, just the environment and just knowing what we're doing to it, and knowing that things aren't getting better, they're getting worse. But when I do lend my voice to this, a cause that's very important, not just for my children, but all children, all people, all humans on this earth, I feel like I at least am doing something, and I've always said, you must speak up in order to be heard. And I have feelings they won't be heard unless I speak them aloud. I want these children to be able to live up to their full potentials. My children are amazing. They're the best. Obviously, I would say that because I'm their mom, but they really, truly are. And all of the kids in Arlington are, and they deserve better.
My name is Edgar Bunton, and I live in Arlington, Texas. I just saw the big rigs over there. I'd say maybe 150 yards. I mean, it's like they're right here. They're so big and huge and noisy. It's a lot of banging, a lot of humming, real deep humming from generators. It's all day, all night. It's all day, all night. I mean, we're talking years. I've been here 5 years, so they're actually over there digging thousands of feet down in the ground, and then they push water down to expel these dangerous gases. It made sense to me that the air quality was being affected. I noticed a haze. Sometimes there would be a haze around the area. The smell was very strong, because I'm a mechanic, so burnt oil, from a motor, and it was just a strong vapor, just real thick. I have 2 grandbabies, yes. They had just started having this cough, and we were taking them in, back and forth, And I kept telling him, I said, this is not normal. Even when you give us the medicine and everything for the allergy and everything, this cough is still there. I was very concerned at that point, especially with my grandbabies. It was like I went to war at that point because these are my babies and I'm to protect them. And I can see that if this is a money-hungry thing, at what expense, once again? Politicians that say one thing, but then you do something else for the people. You're not concerned about the people that actually put you into office. What about the people that you're harming? What about an unborn baby that's in a mother's stomach and she's out inhaling all this stuff? Let's get some regulation on it, that you're not harming innocent people, even though you've got a job to do, but we have a life to live, and you're shortening it. You're shortening our lives. That's what I'm saying about that.
Hello, my name is Wanda Vincent, and I am the owner of the Mother's Heart Learning Center here in Arlington, Texas. The Mother's Heart Learning Center serves children from ages 6 weeks up to 12 years of age. The thing we get to do, we get to love the kids here at the Mother's Heart Learning Center. We get to impart into them, and we really try to make the Mother's Heart Learning Center home away from home. It's my purpose. It's my purpose to be here to make a difference in the lives of these children, providing a safe place for the children to be. Safety is of the utmost importance. Fracking, it was going on less than maybe 600 feet. It's a pretty easy walk from the back of our playground. And, you know, we could see their equipment going up and down. The kids used to call it a roller coaster. I wasn't aware of what it was that was going on. And I was just hoping they were building something nice back there that would really help the community and, you know, look better. We've endured a lot at the expense of the drill site. You know, it's been different things over the years. Just dealing with the dust, the dirt, the coughing, you know, has been a lot. We've had children that have asthma, and sometimes we've had to make the choice, you know, no, we won't take them out today. We were out on the playground ourselves near the fence, and one of the trucks that came had opened the hatch. The gentleman opened the hatch, and we were outside talking at the time and just immediately started feeling nauseated, sick, headache. And one of our directors, you know, she started, you know, not feeling well. And I was even here on a Saturday morning, and I heard the truck pull up back there. So I went outside to see and started feeling the same feeling, got a headache. I had to come outside and just, you know, kind of sit in the car for a little while and get myself together. And I went ahead and left so I wouldn't be in the environment. I know that all of that does have an effect, you know, on the air quality here around the center. I even had one school child one morning that came, and when they pulled up and she got out of the car, even she told me about the smell she experienced just by getting out of the car. So I do know that it does affect our air quality. It has made me have just different emotions, disappointed, hurt, angry, and it disappoints me because As much as we've been fighting to make a difference against this, it feels that our voices are not being heard and that we're not respected enough. So we've opened our door, and our hearts to just let everybody know what we're working against and what we're trying to do here at the Mother's Heart. We've been transparent about it, because once again, we're here to make a positive difference in this community. And we do need everybody's support, and hopefully we can get some permanent solutions to this.
My name is Phil Kabikoff, and I live in Arlington, Texas. We've been here for 42 years, and we've gone through fracking from when they first started. And people came down here and they said, we're going to be drilling, and we want to get your mineral rights. And nobody knew what mineral rights were, except they said, we'll pay you $3,000 for your mineral rights. And we said, where do you sign? Originally, the drilling site was a mile from here. Guy comes down the street and says, I need to have you sign a waiver. And we said, what's the waiver for? He says, well, we're going to drill right behind your house. And we said, no, they're supposed to drill a mile from here. You need to sign this. We said, what if we don't sign it? He said, well, we'll go down to the zoning board, and they've passed everything we've brought to them so far, so we'll drill and nobody get royalties. So we signed the waiver. Our house is probably one of the closest to this well. It's 340 feet. It's supposed to be 600 feet away. You protest it, nothing happens. And they brought in a drilling rig, and it was diesel powered. And they were drilling 24/7, and they made all kind of racket. You could smell diesel fuel all day long. We've had tests done on the air pollution that comes out of the well. There's all kind of gas and fumes coming out of here. When they put the pipes in, you can hear them banging on pipes. The noise and the smell drive you crazy. You can't go outside half the time because of the smell. Nobody on city council or on the zoning board lives anywhere near a well. The site we thought was only going to have 2 wells on it. We got a letter that says we're going to be drilling 6 more wells on the site. They had 8 wells on the site, and maybe 2 or 3 years later, we got a royalty check of $15. Then they came back, we got another letter, we're going to drill 8 more wells on the site. Now, it was only supposed to have 2 to start with, now we're up to 8, and then we're going to 16. I think they're up to 24 wells on this site now, and they're talking about putting more in. The energy company's looking out for the buck. They don't care what they do to the people around here. They're not even selling the gas to anybody in the United States. It's going to France. France banned fracking for the whole country because they said that the residents are going to have health problems. It's been proven that the chemicals that come out of these wells are going to affect people, and I don't think they're going to have any funds available for somebody that has cancer 10 years from now that probably came from this well. Our royalties have gone up. We got a check for $90 last year. So I retired. I'm living on the residuals from that. I don't think you can fill up the car twice with that check.
My name is Mariah Vincent. I am the Junior Director at the Mother's Heart Learning Center here in Arlington. At the Mother's Heart Learning Center, we service 6 weeks to 12 years old. This area is kind of a low-income area. Majority of the children are living in low-income communities. And knowing that I can make a difference in their life, even in the community, it has truly blessed me. I mean, our children, when they first saw it, they were like, "Look, it's the roller coaster." And then we were like, I don't think that's a roller coaster. But we didn't know. Just the fact that they just built it out there, didn't educate anybody, didn't send a letter, didn't send a piece of paper even saying anything. And it was very disheartening to know that they would put something like that in our backyard where children are playing. I know they saw children playing outside while they were, building back there. I had an instance that I felt weak and smelled the smell. I was cleaning up the backyard for the children to come outside, and I went out there and I smelled the smell, and then after that I just felt kind of woozy, and I went inside. I had to sit down. We didn't allow the children to go outside, and I was just nervous, like even the people walking the communities, like what if they're smelling this? What if they're getting the same feeling? It was very scary. I remember going to one of the council meetings and just hearing some of the council members say the things that they were saying. And I got on the phone with my sister that night, and I got so emotional because I was like, no one cares. And so I said, I have to do something about this. When that was being built back there, we didn't know what was going on, but we thought it was just safe because we felt like they wouldn't build anything like that behind us. But when we realized how unsafe it was, it opened our eyes. After I was educated on everything, I was like, okay, I gotta be a part of this. I gotta be a part of the fight. The message to the local officials would be, do what's right. We know that this deep down is not healthy for the children, not healthy for any community. I know you have a lot of other things that you may feel like are more important, but nothing is more important than the future. And these children are the future. They don't need worse asthma than what they already have. They don't need more health issues than what they already do. They're going through enough. And I feel like if they want it so bad, put it in your community. My mother always said, do right to people, because one day it may be you that needs them. And right now these children need you. And one day you may need them. And I just believe in, you reap what you sow.
My name is Corey Kelly. I live in East Arlington, Texas. I have a son who's growing up here as well. He's 2 years old. He'll be 3 in a few months. He's just a bundle of joy, just an amazing personality. Gonna be a superstar one day for sure. Fracking, in regards to my son, came in with him being at the daycare that he's currently at. Like, you can see the well from the playground. Just right over the hill. Like, unfortunately, there's some nasty chemicals that are emitted from the fracking wells, and I just feel like my son's a little too close to those when he's outside playing at recess. So it had been linked to everything, you know, cancer, asthma, leukemia, you name it. As much stuff as he enjoys doing, my biggest fear is the effect that it's gonna have on his lungs, you know? Is he gonna develop asthma or even worse, you know, some type of cancer from one of these emissions? I mean, as a father, that makes me feel worrisome, you know? I just don't understand how it's even up for discussion to move this closer to a place where young children play outside on a daily basis. When I first realized how many wells were in the city of Arlington, I was shocked. Shocked. Hundreds of wells inside of our city, just right in our backyards. I mean, my message is pretty simple. It's a very simple moral choice, in my opinion. I'm speaking up for all the children and all the family that are living within hundreds of feet of these fracking wells. You know, I'm speaking up for my son. You know, he can't speak up for himself yet. If we unite as a voice and say, we don't want this in our city, we don't want this next to our schools, we don't want this next to our daycare, they're gonna listen, because the spotlight's gonna be put on there.